Hey there, my street folk. It's been a minute there, I know, and I would like to thank you for your patience. As promised, I will be comparing the three Leica Q models that were ever made. I am hoping that my findings in the side-to-side comparison on these three models will be helpful for your purchase or decision making. We are about to begin. First of all, my relationship to the Q series started with the love of my Q2 Reporter Edition. I never considered buying the classic Q prior to this camera, but when I saw this one for the first time online, oh boy, wasn't that love at first sight. If you are accustomed to the channel, I used to shoot with an M10 daily, and for special occasions I was shooting with the GFX lineup of cameras. I was often longing for more resolution on my daily shooter, but only until I bought my M11P, but that is a story for another day. So after I completed my projects, hell, even before I was done with the packed and sold the GFX gear to make source for this camera. Anyway, I will make the long story short. After I got the Q2 Reporter Edition, I was quite happy with it. It was almost as quick to focus as the latest and the greatest GFX camera. It had leaf shutter for silent shooting and any shutter speed on flash photography. And for all, and most importantly, it was at least half the size with the smallest lens on the GFX cameras, without any compromise on the image quality. I had one problem with the Q lineup cameras, which was the manual focus abilities. The focus scales written on the lens ends about at the 2 meters or 5 feet, when on the other Leica lenses you get as far as 10 meters, or to say at least 4 or 5 meters wider angle lenses, like this 28 millimeters on here. So this made zone focusing very hit and miss for me. I like to use zone focusing especially during the night flash photography, for it's harder for cameras to automatically focus, but at least these cameras can focus at night somehow. Yet I wouldn't get too excited about it, because they are not like the latest and the greatest of the Sonys nor the Canon cameras with their dual pixel focusing abilities, but they are quite good enough for street photography. At most, we are photographing running people, not racing cars. If we were to compare the autofocusing on the three cameras, I would say they each gained a bit more capability upon one generation. I would say by 10% of the margin. Well, if the Q1 had 6 shots in focus out of 10 images, the Q has 7, and the Q3 would 8 to 9 shots in focus, that would be out of 10. But don't expect to improve yourself on zone focusing. Well, I surely hope the Leica is listening now, and they include more distance markers on the focus scales on the lens, because I seriously don't understand the point of that focus tab without large enough measurements, on the lens. Alright, back to the comparison. Colors wise, Q has the same colors as my M10 did. Pretty contrasty and fun files to play with. It produces 24 megapixel images, as you probably know, which is good enough for the people who can frame their shots properly with a wide-angle lens. With the Q2, however, the resolution jumps to the doubling of the Q and becomes more than enough cropping abilities along with it. Okay, when it comes to wide-angle lenses, you can never rate enough pixels for street photography, but again, with a bit of experience and expertise, the Q2 will be more than enough comparison to the Q. But the Q2 don't have the colors of the Qs. In the end, you would have to work for it over the Lightroom, well, to get the looks. Q3, however, we got the colors and the contrast back to where it is supposed to be. And on top of that, we get more dynamic range than the both cameras, even at the maximum resolution settings at 62 megapixels. Let me show you. Dynamic range. Alright folk, we got a bunch of images here, and as you can see, well, this is the lowest ISO of the Q type 116, which actually breaks the least color wise and stuff. Could you look at that? It's just really the same colors as, even though like I open up the image by +5 times, well, the image did not break. Now this is to be expected with the lowest ISO, but only with the newer cameras. even though this camera is like plus 10 years old. I think this is amazing, just like the M10. Well, this camera, as I told you before, did I tell you? I don't know, shares the same sensor with the M10. Anyway, passing to the 1600 ISO, it's exposed well enough. Well, we have pretty dark spots in the picture. As you can see, like, it's still minimal. The picture is break. Okay, +5 breaks, but then you are overexposing anyway. No need to go +5. I think this is good enough. And a little bit contrast. There you are. Okay, this is the Q1, the classic version still. Okay, now this is the 6400 ISOs, and it can take it up to +2 or so. After that, it starts to break. But let's just say, let's crush the shadows. I mean, you can still like play around and get a usable file around those ISOs. Alright, now this is 50 ISO, the lowest ISO of the Q2. Well, as you can see, it's as good as perfect, and the colors are pretty decent as well. No breaking there. This is 800. I mean, the lowest ISO was 50, so I tried it with 50. Well, at 800, up to 3 plus 3, the exposure, it's still not breaking. I wouldn't say this, it was just broken or anything. I mean, you gotta consider this is a 47 megapixels of an image, and yeah, and this is the Q3's image. This is 50, ISO 50, and as you can see, it is pretty playable. Okay, I'll quit that. And this is 800. Well, still nothing breaks. This is to say, still okay. Q3. This is 3200. And I would say this is still alright. Passing 3 plus starts to break, but still you could like crush the shadows and get a usable image again. Alright, going up to, well, 6400 again, and there we are. Well, Q3 and Q1 have the best dynamic range in comparison, and Q2 just loses by a finger. But again, I don't know, somehow Q2 sensor has the most sharpness to it, more clinical image. I mean, yeah, it all comes down to like what you want. Do you want like natural film-like image that this M10 provides with? Then you gotta go with the Q, the classic one. I think that's the most fun sensor to play with. So I would say like the Q1 is the most bang for your buck, but just a bit less, I mean, short in the resolution area. Well, with the Q2, however, you get the resolution back. I mean, this is a better image, but yeah, see, you can see all the leaves. I think this is the best bang for your buck. But I gotta say, after, I mean, around the 10,000 ISOs, if you expose the Q1, the classic, properly, then you're gonna get a more proper image. But around the 10,000 ISOs, the Q2 starts to break, just saying. So, in conclusion, these three cameras are the same cameras with different sensors. Yes, the Q3 has the rotating screen up its sleeve, but I don't think it's a must, since we are talking about 28mm lenses. So make your decision according to which sensor you want to work with. Thanks for watching, and do not forget to subscribe and like the video.